Welcome to the Promised Land, ladies and gentlemen. This is the largest leap in Behemoth Blogmaster history. Everything that I said that would come in Season 9 is here. Microphone check, background check, maybe a new screen resolution, I'm not sure. What I didn't mention is the new theme, but you can probably tell that by now. There's a new theme. Thank Lord. I will admit that the older room was a bit cooler looking for recording, but in terms of space, this is an advancement for sure. Like, my dad and my uncle, when they were living together, back when they were growing up, they shared a room that was like 60% the size. It's great. I even had to move my table to face this way instead of that way because the window over there, it sucks. Like, the glare coming in was really bad, and I would have to wait to record in the evenings or at night just so it wouldn't be an issue, and that's not the time that my sister's going to school, so yeah, it doesn't work. I could be here all day basking in the gloriness of this new thing that I've been envisioning since probably episode 1, but we need to move on and go downhill a bit. We're going to talk about 9/11. Well, more specifically, the Osama bin Laden compound that he lived in. Because I'm not going to just give a speech about what happened on September 11th of 2001. You guys already know that. You don't need to hear it again. I might give some information that you might not have known about the Twin Towers, but overall, we're just going to talk about the house that the guy responsible was stationed at. Real quick, though, I would like to mention that we could have made this number lesser. What on earth are you talking about, Kale? Well, you see, 2,996, so roughly 3,000 people died. Holy hell. They were all related to either the Twin Towers, the freaking Pentagon in Washington, D.C., or they died in a plane crash somewhere in Pennsylvania before they hit the next building they were going to hit, whatever it was going to be. Yeah, for that one, they just overthrew the terrorists. There was about 43 people on board, including the hijackers, and they all died, obviously. But had we let them just fly into, I don't know, Washington Monument or wherever, it probably would have been an even higher amount of deaths than it was. But here's the thing, though. What am I talking about when I say we could have lowered that? Well, when the first plane hit, people assumed it was an accident. A lot of people did. But even still, when the plane hit one tower, the people from the other tower, a lot of them just wanted to get up and leave, just in case. But they were encouraged to just stay there because of an announcement. The hell? And even the people that tried to leave anyway were just rushed back by security, so we can blame those stupid-ass security guards for some of these deaths, probably. And I'm sure some of them are already dead anyway, so. I mean, if something loud and dangerous happens next door, you get your ass out of there. I don't care if it's next door or on the other side of the planet. Well, okay, maybe not that, but the point is, if something's happening that close to you, you evacuate, even if it's not the same building. I know that you guys thought it was an accident, but come on, you were wrong. And, like, apparently there was another smaller attack on the World Trade Center in 1993. There was, like, a bombing that injured a ton of people and killed only a few people. So, really, there should be some sort of, like, a standard. There should be, like, well, if there's some sort of, like, crash or something, whatever, we need to evacuate, because we don't want another bombing. Most people aren't familiar with the bombing of 93 at the World Trade Center, but yeah, that was the actual first attack on that building. But everybody forgot about it once 9/11 happened. And also, the buildings had been designed to handle small crashes, believe it or not. But this is an airplane, not a freaking car. But anyway, on to the topic of bin Laden's house. If you weren't aware, Osama bin Laden is the guy that was behind all this. He hired his followers to go to airplane school and learn how to fly a plane. Not like a ton of airports back in 2001 had a crap ton of security in them. I know it's required these days, and it's because of 9/11. You even have to take your freaking shoes off because some guy once tried to put bomb powder or whatever it was in his shoe and he got caught, thankfully. But the thing is, you gotta go, like, empty yourself out. Now, this happened September 11th, 2001, the attack. But bin Laden didn't die until nearly 10 years later. It's because he was hiding. He moved into a house on January 6th, 2006, and it wasn't an ordinary house. Like, it was what they call a compound. I don't really understand the difference, but Basically, it's a kind of weird house. You see, it was 3 stories tall. Bin Laden and his crap ton of kids, you know, his whole family, they lived in the 2nd to 3rd floors. The 1st floor was kind of used as a schooling department. Like, there was like a whiteboard down there, and, you know, they would teach the children of the house all this stuff. I'm assuming they teach them to be terrorists or something, because what the hell else would they be learning? But I digress. Now, look, I don't agree with what they did, but when I say this, just know, I don't like the people that live there, I just like the compound itself. In fact, I think it would be cool to build it in Minecraft or something. I'd like to see it designed somewhere, and just like explore it, even if the compound is actually not a thing anymore. It's actually kind of interesting. Just like the design of the place. It's not your typical house, like you can find that at a lot of places. No, this is a compound. Now, why did it take them so long to find Osama bin Laden? Well, where he lived, there was no, like, internet or cell phone service. So I'm assuming that they couldn't, like, find him online because, you know, he wasn't connected to internet. Believe it or not, and you probably don't, but it's true, Osama bin Laden had a bunch of children's movies on DVD. I'll just name off a few. This might not be all of them, but he had Cars, Ice Age the Meltdown, Chicken Little, freaking Ants, and all sorts of other movies. He even had video games and downloaded internet videos on his computer. I mean, come on guys, he's a human being. He needed entertainment just like the rest of us do. Evil or not, you gotta have something to do to occupy yourself when you're cooped up for a long freaking time. Once they finally did find him, they sent 24 US Navy SEALs, which is just, you know, a military freaking group. I'm not an expert with that, but they're just Marines, I think. Barack Obama, when he was president, sent them to go to his house and kill him, once they finally found where he was hiding. Now, I've been told a few things here. I've been told that, for one, when my dad told me about bin Laden for the first time, back when it actually happened, you know, he died, I was told that they gave him the option to either go to prison or just get killed, and he fought back and they could just shot him. As far as I know, that's not true. What really happened is bin Laden, when they entered his compound, he stuck his head out the door to look and see what was happening, and they started firing. And then he went back in his room and hid behind one of his wives, because apparently he had more than one at once. He had like 3 or something. Evil. So he hid behind one of his wives and they shot him. I don't know if they shot the wife or not, but the point is, they found a way to get to bin Laden and kill him. But like I said earlier, with the DVDs he had of the kids' movies, he probably used them just to encrypt secret codes or something. He, like, decoded the DVDs. I know there are purposes meant for movies and stuff, but, you know, criminal masterminds are going to find ways of using technology for purposes it wasn't meant for. So, he somehow was able to send back messages through the DVDs. Because him and his family were hiding from the US, they had, like, some other guy take, like, messages back and forth from him to his followers. And one of the ways he did that was by using the DVDs. I don't know how he did it, but you gotta be better with technology than I am, okay? And I'm pretty good myself. But yeah, like I just said, he didn't leave the house that much. He had a guy come and farm for him, believe it or not, so that he could have all his fruits and vegetables or whatever. He also had people go out and buy basic foods like junk food and soft drinks for the family. What? You think all criminal masterminds have to drink stuff that regular people don't drink? Like, he's a human being, guys. I'm sure he has a lot of things in common with us. The farmer would come to the compound about twice a year. They let him in through the gate, and he never went into the house, so he wouldn't be like an eyewitness, because like he just came days before the actual raid that was actually known as Operation Neptune Spear. And when he came that day, he just like soiled the ground or something. I don't remember what he was doing, but basically he was just, I guess maybe farming or something, I don't know. I'm getting this information off of Wikipedia, and I know that's not like a great place to get your information, but I don't give a crap. It still works for me. I'm pretty sure this is similar to how it went down in real life. And what I read, the local like neighbors of bin Laden, they apparently had like a lot of bad things to say about him. I mean, duh, Kale, obviously, but the point is, they like told authorities that they would gossip and do drugs and stuff, and they even told them that if a ball got kicked over the fence, they wouldn't get the ball, instead they would get like 100 rupees or something. In other words, about 60 cents, or 60 to 90 cents. by US standards. That makes no sense. Like, you think that they would just keep the ball for themselves and not give you anything, but I don't know. This is just from what I read, and I read the whole, like, Wikipedia article, but my brain is just not catching up, so. But that's basically all the information that I have about the compound. You can let me know if I missed anything, but it is a pretty cool looking place. Not the people that live there, but, you know, the house itself. It was only standing for like 6 or 7 years, so its time on Earth was very, very slight compared to the buildings that are in use today that are millenniums old. So let me know what you guys think about the compound, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.